Lawyers, what's the craziest case you've won out of pure luck? I've been a lawyer for 9 years. I've won cases on technicalities, strong arguments, and decent cross-examinations. But I've never won a case because the other side just forgot to bring evidence. Until Deacon, this kid got accused of vandalizing the entire downtown police station with spray paint. Not just a little tag on the side of a building. Every wall, every patrol car, even the front windows had massive graffiti art all over it. The damage estimate came back at $15,000. His parents showed up at my office looking like they'd aged 10 years in 2 weeks. They said every other lawyer in town told them it was unwinnable. And honestly, I understood why. There were witnesses who saw someone matching Deacon's description near the station that night. Security footage timestamps placed him in the area. His own Instagram had photos geotagged near the police station at 11:47 p.m. The exact time window of the vandalism. This was bad. Like, start negotiating a plea deal immediately bad. But his parents were begging. They kept saying he was a good kid, that he wouldn't do this, that something didn't add up. I felt bad, so I took the case. Immediately regretted it. I started going through everything they gave me, which wasn't much. A few text messages, a half-baked alibi about being at a friend's house, and one friend willing to testify that Deacon was with him that night. That was it. Meanwhile, the prosecution had witnesses, footage, social media posts, and the confidence of someone who'd already won. They were so sure of themselves, they didn't even bother organizing their evidence properly. Every time I asked for discovery documents, they'd say, "We'll submit it soon," or "It's coming." Court dates kept getting scheduled and rescheduled because they claimed they were still finalizing everything. I thought they were just being thorough. Turns out they were just disorganized. Finally, we get to trial. I'm sitting there with my tiny folder of proof that Deacon was possibly, at his friend Marlowe's house that night. Weak evidence, but it was something. The prosecution stands up, all confident, straightening their tie like they're about to end my career. The judge looks at them and says, "Counsel, please submit your evidence for the record." The prosecutor smiles, reaches for their file, and then freezes. I watch this person's face go from confident to confused to full panic in about 4 seconds. They start flipping through papers like they're looking for a winning lottery ticket. The judge waits. I wait. The whole courtroom waits. Finally, the prosecutor looks up and says, "Your Honor, we're still compiling the final." The judge cuts them off. "Counselor, the submission deadline was 3 days ago." The prosecutor stammers, "Yes, but we were under the impression, were the materials submitted or not?" Long pause. "No, Your Honor." The judge leans back. "Then you have no admissible evidence." I almost choked. The prosecutor tried to argue. Said the witnesses were ready to testify. Said the footage existed and could be retrieved. The judge shut it down immediately. "If it wasn't submitted on time, it's not part of this trial. You're telling me you want to proceed with zero evidence?" The prosecutor looked like he wanted to throw his briefcase across the room. He tried one last time. "Your Honor, the defendant's own social media places him at the scene." The judge just stared. "Was that submitted as evidence?" Silence. "Then it's hearsay." I'm sitting there trying not to look too happy, but inside I'm screaming. The prosecution had nothing. No security footage. No witness statements. No photos. Nothing was admissible. Meanwhile, my little alibi statement from Deacon's friend Marlowe suddenly became the only actual evidence in the room. I stood up, presented Marlowe's testimony that Deacon was at his house playing video games all night. That was it. That was my entire defense. One witness saying, "Yeah, he was with me." The jury deliberated for 20 minutes. Came back, not guilty.